Hello. So that's it. We've made it to Kumera next to Gold Coast. That is the end of our season because next we're gonna get the boat out of the water and start the new season. So today I thought we could recap what happened this season, and I also wanted to show you how much we spent and on what. So if you want to see the cost of living on a boat for a full year, hop on board and come with us.
Boy, take a chance, will you let me ride? I could be the best thing in your life. Baby, let's take a drive, take a drive.
Back in February 2022, we were finally allowed to return to a beloved floated home.
I'll tell you the truth, I'm actually getting quite emotional. It's been a tough couple of years for us. It was kind of having our life in pause.
But as much as we felt relief, the harsh reality was that she needed a lot of love and care. So this season was dedicated to restoring her to her former glory. Despite the arduous repairs, we still managed to enjoy ourselves and have plenty of memorable experiences along the way.
Hey, Blue Man Group!
Who do you want to talk to? I'm not Jan.
We can't even tell it's you underneath all of that.
Yeah, maybe that's not me. Wow.
Good fillets and two little ones because you shot the trout in the fillet. So
I shot in the fillet.
yeah, so I did what I could to salvage the rest, but yeah, it's missing part of the fillet.
So it's my fault.
Yeah, it's your
I
fault.
should aim at the brain.
And I shot it in the brain.
You shouldn't have hit. You're dead now. That was a trap.
But what if it does fish?
Then I'll be a good fisherman.
Give him a pep talk.
All right, my little trout. I know you can do this. You've been trained all your life for this. This is your moment. This is your moment. I've got trust in you.
Okay, little fish, it's your time to shine. You're gonna get in the water and you're gonna swim like a crazy little boy. Just do a little booty shake and go get it. Your views are still valid, babe. You don't need to hide.
Hey, les Romains, vous êtes des Romains.
Hey, les Romains, vous êtes des Romains!
Ah, maquet, c'est moi. Ah, coupé décalé. C'est comme du jambon. C'est bon, bon, bon.
Hit it.
Hit it.
Hit it!
And if it's walking, I want to see a dance.
Beautiful day.
It's a beautiful night.
I'm gonna get a copyright because I sing so well.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
It's gonna be the best day of my life.
Woo!
Okay, time to get serious. Our boat was abandoned during COVID, so for almost 3 years. This meant that we are looking at 3 years without maintenance, which had repercussion on the budget, and will still probably do for at least another season. But COVID also meant we were able to work a bit longer, and that money would allow us to do some improvement that we would normally not have done. The first one of those is our new outboards. After selling the old Yamahas, we spent a total of $9,500 for our new Tohatsus and propellers. Next is the water maker. We had an H2O portable water maker on board before COVID. Okay, it wasn't perfect as we had to run it on the generator, but it was working back then. In addition, we selected our new Rainman water maker with all the options, that is control panel and auto flush, which we probably wouldn't have done with our original sailing budget. That costed us a total of 8,700 Australian dollars.
You look like you're enjoying it.
I'm not, let me tell you. I loved Legos, but that's not a Lego.
We've done that ourselves. That is unbelievable. If someone would have told me that in a few years I would be able to install a water maker, do all the plumbing and everything, and get water, I would not have believed that guy. Because electricity and plumbing was not my core strength, I would say.
Another big upgrade was our solar panels. I'll be honest, we would have changed that no matter what, and that costed us 1,300 Australian dollars. A few stuff that probably only broke and deteriorated because of the lack of use during COVID, like a bilge pump, our anchor chain, fuel tanks, and other little things like that, came up close to 1,500. Now, onto the expenses that would have been there no matter what. You just have to keep in mind that most of the repairs we did this year, and that's probably going to be true for next year as well, would have been split across several years. Our list of repairs included stuff like revision of all of our engines. We have a few engines on board, so we have the 2 outboards for the cat, we have the outboard for the dinghy, and then we have a generator and a compressor, and none of these engines would start. Repairs on the fishing and diving equipment, cost of the hard stand, new anti-foul, new windows.
It's like a big iPhone.
New trampolines,
And this is it.
several rod repairs and so on. The total for this year came close to 11,000 Australian dollars. Moving on to the expenses that won't happen every year, or maybe they will. When we moved on board, we came from our London lives with nothing but 2 suitcases. So needless to say that we had very little tools and spares on board. We tried to buy a few second-hand tools to keep on board to do the basic maintenance on the boat, and that came up to 1,500. But there seems to be a rule on a boat that the tool you need is always the one you don't have. So perhaps there will be an expenses that will happen every year. I don't have a hit gun, so apparently you can sort of do it like this. Not super recommended though. Here's our total for the year. The total for the upgrades came almost to $23,000, which is 37% of the total. Repairs came under 11k or 17.5%. We spent $1,250 in fuel, and the cost of living, which includes groceries, household, health equipment and products, hairdresser and that kind of things, came close to 14k or 23%. Internet costs plummeted near $1,500 for over 2% of the total. We spent way much this year in marinas, as most of our upgrades needed to be done in marinas, so we spent over $3,000 on this. We probably ate out more than we should have, but come on, we spent months in Cairns. That represented almost $2,500 for 4%. Finally, activities and transportation came to $4,000 or 6.5%. That included a lot of new diving and fishing equipment, couple of game rooms or gym access on the coast, and all the cars we had to rent to get everything we needed for our upgrades and repairs. We also purchased an electric scooter. Tools and stock that I mentioned before represented 2.5% of the total. It is probably more money than we anticipated spending, but that will allow us to keep our drink going, so be it. It is not lost on us how lucky we are to have been able to explore such awe-inspiring places. Our lives revolve around the reef, and Australia undeniably provide one of the best locations in the world to do so. This stunning and intricate ecosystem provides a habitat for marine life that is nothing short of breathtaking. And we got to experience it all, from an array of tropical fish to the sea turtles in the water, but also on land where we saw them nest and hatch. Sharks, sometimes beautiful, sometimes quite scary. Dolphins that came to play with us. All sorts of rays, including manta rays. And even whales. Our year was filled with once-in-a-lifetime moments. Furthermore, our travel have also led us to discover the magnificent lands that Australia has to offer. We've had to brave the weather more than once, and sometimes forget about our fatigue to focus on the destination. But in the end, it's always worth it. One of the greatest aspects of this experience is that we are novices in nearly every endeavor we undertake. This ensures that there is always an opportunity for learning and discovery, and on occasion, a good laugh as well.
Can do that as well. You don't scare me.
They are stuck now.
Yeah, they're frozen, so they're completely stuck.
Whoa!
Whoa! We're never gonna take him out. We are so screwed.
Oh, they can go. They can have their clothes back. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna turn it over. I thought they couldn't do that.
Sometimes we have to improvise and plans change on a weekly basis.
The decision is that we are not going to Indonesia this year. We are postponing it.
But we've always relied on each other to create the best experience possible. Thank you for sharing this sailing season with us, and see you on the next one.